All right. All right. So I just see your picture. But you didn't have like a headset that it. Wow. Continue. Because well, it was a lot of people. It's about 7:49. You still haven't able to get that Brian Wiley. No, I'm talking about his face on the picture. Oh, good. Yeah, Chris is on the next one. Let me see what it looks like. Okay. I can tell them too. Well, I might give them Johnny's email if they want to request a copy of the agenda. They can get it. I can send them a copy. I think we should be able to do that. What I don't want to do is just be too loose about giving them stuff and have someone who doesn't have discretion. Yeah, but what about that Caldwell letter? That Caldwell letter. Um, are you good with me sending that off? Huh? No, no, but no. Did you read it and approve of me sending it? The only person I have sending back with something was Johnny. Well, I haven't. Well, I don't have a response from him yet. And he can respond to me either way. He can still say, "Hey, my response, previous response was, he thinks is enough." That's you just want to see what he's going to say, and hopefully it's the other way. Hopefully he'll say, "Well, we're still working on some other things to become more accountable with the process." 6 people in this hangout. Let me see. That's me, you, black, black webman. because they're able to. Let me mute because they might be able to hand me. Let me get started.
Pat.
Hey, Chris, I'm on, but I'm just muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Did you get the updated turn that down. Yeah, my phone is messed up. All right, that should be better. All right. Hey, Chris, did you get the updated agenda?
Okay.
Okay, good.
That's I was trying to do it through my PC. Hey, Pat? Well, the conference call, I mean, it has its own issues because you can barely. I just wanted to try to get on here. Shouldn't have waited till now to do it. I should have.
You ain't the only one.
Come on now. Where's my?
Dude, get out of here. Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
We're on here. But feel free to text in the time being, and then we'll actually get the call started technically at 8:30, but I'll be on and off.
Let's use this. Hey, James, can you hear me? They could hear me earlier.
So you have to use the phone and
No, I was trying to. I just have it on here.
oh,
Because
you just went to the phone. Okay.
Well, the problem is I got on here and then I had feedback because I had both in front of. Man, do me a favor and take my phone and go get it. I just want to see if I'm kind of really.
You just want me to sit it down here?
Well, actually,
How do you do that?
just turn the volume down.
I'm not sure how to do that on your phone.
I'm kind of debating about, but I don't want the feedback which has happened before. Put it in the bathroom and close the door. I just want to see.
Okay. Okay, it's connected. That's from. Still connected though.
Can you hear me? Hey, Pat, can you hear me now? I think I'm in now.
How you do that? Okay. What do you want to do? Turn it off? How do you do that? Just keep this pressed.
Okay, can you hear me now? Pat, can you hear me?
Okay. Try. Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
Brian.
Yes?
How's it going?
It's going well.
Hey, you look pretty relaxed there.
Who is that? Lynn?
Yeah, Lynn's here too. We see you.
Hey, Brian.
Oh, hey, Lynn.
She's just off camera right now.
Oh, it's cool. Is Pat on here too?
Is who?
Pat.
Yeah, he's here. I'm not sure if he's in the room right now, but he was here. He's here.
So y'all can see me, but I can't see you.
You can't see us. I can see you, and I see James and Pat's photo, and I see your avatar, but I don't see you. I see your name showing up.
Man, you can't be using them big words like avatar. I don't know what that is.
Well, we don't. You know, like when you're on screen, you're represented by something.
Represented by what?
Well, you're represented. In this case, you're represented by a square that has your name in it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's basically it.
Okay.
And I'm the only one. I guess my video is refreshing, and I think Pat and James have a still just a photo there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You see? Are you noticing the chat window where Pat's saying that he doesn't have a mic or camera?
Oh, okay.
That's probably the reason.
Where do you see that at?
In the chat window.
Oh, there's a window? Really?
I know.
Oh, did I lose you? Hello?
No, I still see you.
Oh, okay. This is crazy.
And Jarita's having a good time too.
Oh, she's on here? Can she see us?
Well, she can hear us because she's laughing.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, y'all.
Pat's asking you to sit up.
Sit up. What about now?
No, they all say, "Oh, they can all see you."
Oh, Jesus. I wouldn't. I was trying to work. I got deadlines to meet.
Uh-huh.
What about now?
Yeah, we can see half of you.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't need you to see the rest of me.
I'm still not straight on how all this works.
Me either.
Is your chat window open? You should see all the comments.
No, I don't see any windows. How you open a window? How you do that? Uh-oh.
Well, the window seems to be showing to the right. Are you in the Google Hangouts user interface?
Man, stop using them big words, interface. I see my face. I see Jay's face. I see Pat.
Are you in the URL that says plusgoogle.com/hangouts? Are you in that?
I guess. I'm here.
You got there somehow. So there should be in the right side of your window. There should be a pane that says a section of your of your browser that has the words live chat, and you can see like some other things there on the right side of the window?
No.
Okay, I don't know that much. It just came up that way when I came in, so I'm not sure if it's a setting. Do you have your window maximized?
Let me see if I can get this on my laptop. That may help.
Yeah, see, I'm on my laptop. I didn't come through the phone.
I thought you were on your laptop.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, Brian was born in the 1800s.
What's this supposed to mean?
Yeah. So you just have to be careful what you're saying because everybody can hear you. See, Brian, he's probably logged back in from his laptop. So
that's what I thought he was logging in from. Yeah, it probably won't show on your phone because it's too small of a screen.
that's how I got the notification on my phone. You saw it. That's why. But I didn't want to be on the laptop.
Yeah. Well, I turned the meter down some. I'll turn it. Oh, that's what I need for you. You gotta turn it every day. It must be a power. You don't mind. Just turn it on. Turn the air back up some. Hopefully it clear. We still could start talking. Mm-hmm. You want to use this chair? It's not that one. That's okay.
Okay, I'm on. Can you hear me?
Hey, Will. How's it going, man?
Yo, this is. Hey, how's it going? I finally got on.
Yeah, I think we're all a little challenged getting here.
Yeah, exactly.
How things been going for you, man?
Not bad. I can't complain, man. Keeping busy, which is good.
Yeah, always good, man. Always.
Yeah, definitely
Here
that.
comes Brian's back. I see.
Yeah, I'm back. Why are you laughing at me?
So has it been dropping calls or people?
I had trouble with drop. My connection dropped. Got messed up, so I had to reboot and everything. Hey, Brian, just so you know, every sound is magnified. We can hear it.
All right, I'm just.
Just
I'm
FYI, that's all.
Say what? I'm getting ready to mute you.
Just FYI, because
That's all.
everything is magnified.
Well, I'm sorry.
Looking,
You look. Oh,
looking for my mute button. I don't know. I don't even see the mute.
Jesus.
Getting old, too old for this.
Me too.
Man, what's that?
That's what I'm wondering.
Me. That's me.
Oh, there.
I'm so. Y'all wrong. Y'all so wrong. You ready to hear it again?
Well, you washing dishes?
So,
Can't help it. I have this disorder. You can't see me, right?
All right,
no.
we're about 2 minutes from starting.
You said no, you can't.
Let me see. Pat.
I think we saw your
I can't see you.
your avatar, but not you.
Good.
I can't see that number. I'll share my screen.
You know where to mute this?
Yes, up on top.
Hey Pat, can the attendees tab be can we enable the attendees tab so we can see who's on the call?
It should be on your screen because there's myself, Will, Pat, he won't be on, and Ryan and you.
Okay.
I tried to get Johnny on, but we got to get ready to start in a short time. He doesn't show up. Okay, do that. All right, I'm ready to start. You guys ready to start?
Yes.
Brian? Brian.
I'm good. What?
Okay.
You call me
Will?
in the
All right, we'll go ahead and get started. If as time permits, as we start the as a webinar, we're going to ask that you post some questions. We'll try to read some questions as we're going through the agenda. And if you would like the agenda at the end of the conference, feel free to email Johnny McInnes. His email is jmacins@gmail.com, and we'll have it to you early next week. All right. Some of the things that we're proposing right now is basically to have a group that would be consolidating a number of groups that are ready to support the MBX band program at Fayetteville State. When you're dealing with us, like we saw on the Facebook page, we're going to ask that some of you have some discretion. Meaning, sometimes some people share things that are online. Although we have a secret group or it's closed, it doesn't mean that it won't get out to some people in the general public or even administrators at Fayetteville State. So be careful what you post. Okay? The other thing we need to have moving forward is unity. We need to be unified. Yes, some things we're going to disagree on, but one thing we are going to agree on is that we're trying to make this band the best band that it could possibly be. How we do that, we have to have integrity about everything that we do. Next, we have to be loyal to one another. And to do that, you have to be respectful. We all have to be respectful. Okay? Moving on next, our overall goal that we're trying to push at this time is to develop a nonprofit organization. We're looking to use MBX. We've been researching to make sure that there's no trademark issues and there's no patent issues or anything tied to that with Fayetteville State. And so far, we're in the clear. As to the name, again, that's something you can comment on. Again, contact Johnny about anything that we talk about in this forum that we can get your comments, suggestions, and be able to work with each other as we move forward. What we're looking to do is to raise private funds and provide necessary resources to achieve success for the MBX. Funds will be distributed for scholarships, band assistance, coaching salaries, band performance activities, and possible construction projects. We want to provide impactful, short, midterm, long-range experiences that provide leadership and support to the MBX members, KK Psi and Tau Beta Sigma, which we hope to bring back on the undergraduate area, and the MBX alumni and friends. We're also possibly looking at any booster organization that we can affiliate to get parents and other community members involved. This way we'll establish financial support and resources to ensure that our band, our beloved MBX, is one of the best bands it can be. The next thing that we're looking to do, which we've already started, some of you might not know, but we've been working behind the scenes for about the last month to 2 months with some of the issues that happened with Brother Chisholm leaving. There were some issues. We've actually been talking to John Young, the provost, to try to get as much clarity as we could on the issue, and we're continuing to have those conversations because we want to make sure that now that we have Brother Reed coming in, that he has a very good opportunity to be successful. And we're blessed to actually have this opportunity to really come in at this time and to work with him. We want to make sure that it's a seamless transition and ensure that the organization benefits in anything that we do. So I would ask that you guys also reach out to Brother Reed, congratulate him. If you see him, make him feel very honored as we move forward with this changeover in the process. The other thing we're looking to do is figure out the best way that we as alumni and friends of the MBX can support the band program. And hoping that all of you as stakeholders in this process will help us get this done. One of the things we want to make sure that we help kids is to provide scholarship networking for the band students, and our own scholarships that we can provide to ensure that they have an ability to get to the band program, get through the school, and move on to be part of our group. Are there any questions at this time that you would like to ask based on that part of the agenda? Instead of just who you're with. Post any questions. Anything you want to add, Johnny, Brian, Chris?
No, nothing right now.
Nothing at the moment.
Okay. I'll just wait 2 or 3 more seconds for any questions, then we'll move on. All right. Next area. Right now we have our MBX alumni and friends. What we're seeking to do, and hopefully we get your support in this process. And again,
her social should come out.
somebody needs to mute. What we'd like to have moving forward, aside from just having the MBX alumni and friends, actually create what we call the MBX Foundation. The MBX Foundation would be a 501c3 organization that we're looking to have that's separate from the institution of Fable State. We're working right now with Mr. Caldwell in institutional advancement to try to get some clarity and accountability so we can set this up so when we're doing this, we're able to provide monies to the institution, to be able to have an accounting system that doesn't give us problems reporting to the IRS. So we'll make more information available as we go on with this process. But this is something we'd like for you guys to actually give us some feedback on as we move forward. In this organization of the MBX Foundation, we'd like to have the MBX alumni and friends. Also within the board of directors, we look to also have the Kappa Kappa Psi alumni, as well as Tau Beta Sigma alumni. Also a part of that would be the possibility of bringing in an additional booster organization. That could be something we create or a group that's already has started. But again, a lot of these things that we're telling you are in the process. I just saw a question from Lori that before I move on off the top of this subject, I'll try to address a little bit. Is there anything foundational within the alumni organization that would be able to help in the upcoming weeks? There will be, but we want to make sure that we get through the conversation first so we can actually know more from the members, being you, that we're able to move forward with some of the things that we have on the agenda so we can be a little bit more organized. But very good question. All right. As part of that foundation, we know we had some issues of being response as to who's in the executive committee of the Alumni and Friends right now. So Brian Wiley is the president. Chris Fleetwood is the vice president. The secretary is Lynn Fleetwood. The treasurer is Antoine Peoples. The historian is Julius McNair. Hopefully, within the next upcoming months or next year, once we keep moving and building the organization out, we can decide if we want to do some sort of a voting process. We'll have to review what they have in place, because part of setting up the 501c3, we will have to establish our guidelines, bylaws, incorporation, articles of incorporation, which have to spell out some of these things. So again, hopefully we can find a medium where we can get who all is interested in helping with this process to help us move it forward. If there's anyone on the line tonight who has any experience and wants to help with this process, feel free to email Johnny or even post your name so I can write it down that you're interested. Okay, that kind of spells out what we're seeking to do with the organization for developing the MBX Foundation. And this will be a huge project, huge undertaking, and it'll take some work. I think a couple of people are already on the verge of trying to move this whole thing forward. See a question here: is there a grad chapter for Alpha Beta Sigma Kappa Kappa Psi available as join? Very good question, Nicole. What we've started looking into is how to get that done. But part of that process is we have to actually try to get the undergrad chapter back on the campus, if at all possible. That's our first goal. Second, we have some options that have been given to us that we're reviewing right now to establish a grad chapter. But again, our first focus should be to have a Kappa Kappa Psi Tau Beta Sigma chapter on campus. And we're sure Brother Reed would look forward to doing something like that, because he is a brother as well. Okay? So we'll provide motion as we go on about that, because and we'll also probably provide a chair in that area to try to make sure that that question is addressed even better as we move forward. But right now, I think who's been working on that was Brian. Help me out here. Stacy. What's Stacy's last name? I'm getting no help from Brian. He's muted. But we'll work on that and get you a even better answer as we go along. But again, that's a good question. Make sure to also send that question over to Johnny McInnes so we can ensure that we get more information back to you. What's the most pressing needs for MBX at this time? The most pressing need is patience. We need a little bit of patience, because hopefully within the next week or two, all of us on this panel and some of the other people who are on the call will be able to sit down with Brother Reed and some members of administration and see exactly what their needs are, so we can better design what we're doing on our end to make sure we complement that and enhance everything that's going on so we're working well together. So I think that's the most pressing need. Second, yes, the issue you put those dollar signs in there is producing some dollars to make sure that some students can be recruited and taken care of as we go along, and also helping Mr. Reed to get some additional assistance with the issue of coaching, band assistance, because one director is burnout city. That's from experience. All right. Give me any, I'll take a pause. Any other quick questions, or anybody on the panel want to address anything under that area? Okay, Nicole just added another question. Do we have a true voice as alumni with band program? Again, I'll open up the answer to that question with a great deal of discretion. And I'm saying it again, discretion. I need for you guys to be patient. I'm going to give you an answer, but I don't need a lot of people asking a whole lot of questions about what needs to be done, or sometimes who's a part of all of this discussion. From my experience, my advisor is the provost of the institution. I've been communicating with him. So we actually have the ear of the provost right now. And that's why I became very communicative on that Facebook page, because some things are moving in our favor right now, especially with having him as the ear. So his ear will go all the way down through the arts and sciences, through the music department, curriculum, all of those things. But we need to be very tactful in the way we present ourselves. Hey, give me 1 second. Technical issue. All right, I have to put it back and see. So, yes, we do have a true voice, a true ear. Technically, we have two. We have Brother Reed, who's coming in. We have the provost. We can fill in all the space between that easily. We're also in communication with Dr. Lamb. But again, some of this takes discretion, takes respect, it takes unity among us. So when we present something, that they're not people who are speaking negatively about anything to disrupt our growth in how we do this and how we help the band grow. Very good, Nicole, very good. Hopefully that addresses your question. So one of the other things we want to do as we progress in this conversation is, yes, we want to get ready for homecoming 2015 and find a way that we can get together, but in a way, get our voice heard. Going to get back to you right quick, Paul. First thing to do, Paul, send any questions you have, any comments, send them to Johnny McInnes. Johnny McInnes' email is jmacins@gmail.com. If you're interested in helping us out in trying to get in a committee and trying to be one of the leaders in this whole process, again, send your request to Johnny. Let it be known. Figure out, so we all work together to get this done. So it can't just be one person going with one message and then another message going over to the same person that might not be reflective of what we're all thinking. Hopefully in the future we can actually expand the way this conversation and webinar works. It's just that we're limited fund-wise to be able to have some sort of a venue to do that. But we're doing the best of what we have. Okay. What we like to have as we move on, hopefully next month we can try to, maybe even before that, 2 weeks to a month, send feedback regarding that. When's the next time that we should meet? If it's 2 weeks, it should be a month. We'd like to know that, because the more work that we can get done up front and helping have this process ready for Reed to move forward, the better he will be in having an opportunity to help us direct ourselves and how we can better help him. The other issue is we're using two separate entities to kind of model off of, and maybe you can go online to see this. We're looking at the Crimson Tide Foundation for Alabama as one of the models. The second model is the FAMU Marching 100 alumni. They're both online. Go check them out. Those are what we're kind of using to help us understand what's the best way to help the organization. Why? Because the Crimson Tide Foundation is very effective in what it does. From the time it started, it was integrated into the institution because it was so helpful. The FAMU Marching 100, as you can see, FAMU had a depth in its band program, and it's back on its feet again because they had that solid foundation. That's something we need to create to ensure that the organization, if there's a change in the director, change in chairs, provost, that there's always an inner foundation to ensure that we keep our beloved band program moving. Knowing that, we want 100% participation in every activity that we do. I was extremely impressed about our Facebook comments and the support that we got as to how many people were attending this webinar. We want to make sure that we keep that going. To do that, we have to have some sort of momentum moving forward. Next is to ensure that everybody is working and plugged in some way to ensure that we keep this momentum moving forward. And it will take some extra time in getting that done on some people's part, because sometimes the 20% who actually make the 100% work. If we can get more than 20%, hey, we'll get a lot more done. So that's what we're asking you to provide. Communication. Make sure we communicate. We're going to differ on certain things. No two people see the same thing exactly the same. So understand we're going to have about 400 people in this conversation to move this group forward. So there's going to be 400 different ways of looking at one idea to move it forward. But we all have to come together and sometimes say, hey, I agree to disagree. Next week we'll talk about it. Next month we'll talk about it. But what's the best thing to do right now? So that's what we're looking for, communication. Engagement. We want engagement with the administration, with Mr. Reed, with the students. But make sure that we're doing this for the best interest of the foundation that we're creating, the institution, and the band program. I see this question by Nicole, and I'll address it right quickly. The high turnover, that is the specific concern that we actually addressed to the provost. We're in the process of determining if we're actually gonna provide a letter of concern to the UNC General Administration. But again, on our part, we have to use discretion in what we're dealing with. In the General Administration, knowing in politics, there's a Republican administration. Part of the favorable state is over the last 10 to 20 years, there's a $20 million deficit that they've been facing. So we have to be very constructive in the way that we voice any sort of communication to administration or the general administration to ensure that it doesn't affect Fayetteville State or the band program. But that is something we're going to address, but in a way to ensure that additional funding comes to the institution. The second part of answering that question is ensuring that the staff, faculty, and administration at the school, as well as specifically in the fine arts area, is capable of assisting the band director in ensuring that students graduate. So hopefully that answers that question. Frank, I feel very limited in things I can do to help and support. I am willing. That's a good comment. Hopefully what we create gives you the opportunity to not feel so limited, that your contribution works with 400 other people's contribution, at least 400 people's contribution, to ensure that it's impactful. We started this last year, but we ran into some small things that held us back, and we had to kind of wait to figure out what was the best way to get things done, which was developing this foundation. But we have set aside some dollars to actually be able to help us do that quickly, easily, and efficiently. What is the time frame for rolling out the creation of the foundation? That can happen between 3 to 6 months. Part is applying to the IRS. The IRS used to have a really long form, complicated form. From experience, I just actually had a nonprofit that I had accepted by the IRS. That took 4 years. But now they've created an easier process with what's called a 1023 EZ. And some of these documents we're going to try to share with you in the whole process, because we want everybody involved. With them shortening this application, it makes it quite easier and more efficient to get this done. The other thing is to ensure that Brother Reed is in agreement with, if not all, but most things within the document, to ensure that we're working with him, but building the organization that if, God forbid, professionally wants to move on or something has happened, we have a group in place to ensure that the band program continues to grow and move forward. Are we planning to a meeting around homecoming, if at all possible? And do we do the $100 donation again? By the end of this call, and from having some of your feedback, we'll be able to make that decision. I don't want to say that right now. How do you guys on the rest of the panel feel about that question? Brian, Chris, Johnny? Unmute.
Yeah, that's it. You gave a good answer. This is Johnny.
Okay. Anything, Brian?
James, what was the exact question again? I didn't quite get the question.
Oh, it rolled up. The question was, are we planning to meet and are we going to do the $100 challenge again?
Okay.
I think it not necessarily $100 challenge, but we're looking to get more involvement as we try to create a model that everyone will be happy with. But if the majority wants to do $100 challenge, I would say go ahead with it. But right now, we're really focused on establishing ourselves, and we want the biggest impact and support so people can continually support what we're trying to do. And I hope that they're participating with this.
Quick answer to Lori's question. Lori, we've looked into the Friends of the Band, I think, um, at the institution. We're going to have an conversation to move forward. Um, Mr. Caldwell, we're not so sure that some of the funds as they're earmarked are being accounted correctly. And that's what we're in the process of getting clarity on. And we'll share some of this communication with you guys once we can decide what's the best way to get you to see these communities. We're going to be transparent in what we're doing. Because like I said, we've been working the last 2 months talking in a circle to ensure that certain things were being done correctly, especially if we're going to do an this type where we have to be accountable to the IRS. Okay, so I'm sure I'll take that question and send that to Johnny as well. Um, Scooby or Brady, right? All right. No, this is not a Kappa Kappa Psi Tau Beta Sigma thing. We've actually started working at this last year. Yes, it seems like Kappa Psi Tau Beta Sigma, but what you're going to have to understand is Kappa Kappa Psi Tau Beta Sigma, our motto is to build better bands. And once we saw some things happening within the last 2 years, we got extremely high level of regard to try to answer some of these issues as to the inconsistency that was happening within the band. But tied up personal stuff and some other things being illnesses. And I couldn't do much. But once I saw that I can get involved, I started pulling these guys together to get this done. And that's why it might seem that way. And since we were getting back together for a 25th anniversary, we basically started it that way. So it's not going to be a Kappa Kappa Psi Tau Beta Sigma. And I don't know if you were on at the beginning of the call where we talked about the design of how we're going to have the executive and board of directorship for this organization. Anybody can participate. Anybody can be leadership. But what we also want to do with Kappa Kappa Psi Tau Beta Sigma, if weren't on campus for a while, develop a method of ways of identifying and also bringing in some of you guys. I'll say you, because all of you guys can in finding a way that we can help you become members of this prestigious organization, because you're our brothers and sisters no matter what, because you're in band. But some have taken the challenge and gone above and beyond. Everybody matures at different levels. So if hopefully we can develop a system that we're looking to do where we can identify some of you guys and find a way of developing the undergrad organization and being able to give some of you guys the benefits of being in Kappa Kappa Psi Tau Beta Sigma as honorary members, if at all possible. But again, all of this has to work together for the good and benefit of everyone. donation. Yes, we're going to get to those challenges. We're going to get to those challenges and that other $1,000 challenge. So we're going to get there. We're getting there. Bylaws, again, we're going to be working at Lori. Make sure you put your name in the hat. Send your name to Johnny. Only will be used for an interview. Send your name to Johnny, JMACINS.com, so we can get on another forum to make sure that you're a part of this whole process. Let me see, time, 9:07. Next thing, I want to jump down quickly. I want to get through as much as possible. Again, I'm going to send a copy. Get with Johnny. We should have all the emails of everybody on this actual webinar. We will try to get you a copy of this agenda so you can see some of the ideas we have here. And again, to get you involved, as much as possible. Homecoming is coming up. I think it's October 24th, 25th. We need to start thinking like what we've seen on here, donation in. One of the things I said we wanted to do too was have a little bit of patience. We need to probably take a week before we get started fully in what we're doing as an organization, because we need to get Brother Reed's blessing on a lot of these things that we're looking to do and figure out what he's expecting. Because get monies together, we want to finish those conversations with Caldwell, okay, Mr. Caldwell in institutional development, to ensure that once we get those monies and we earmark them a certain way, that Brother Reed is going to be able to get them. We don't want a black hole to be there or continue once we start making those donations. We want everything to be running as smoothly as possible. Anybody else want to chime in on the panel? Let's see if there are any other questions. Chuck says, hey guys, how do I call?
So James, do you have any idea what the ETA is for when we will get a chance to meet with Mr. Reed? Or have you, or do we not have enough information at this point?
No, I haven't. I've contacted him on Facebook. I told him I understand the challenge too of moving into an area to take over a band with a family. So one of the things I told him was once he gets settled, contact me and then we'll begin having that conversation.
Okay.
Because I understand he has a young child as well in that whole process, so he'll have to be finding a house and logistics, and hopefully I can get with him early next week, if not one of us, and generally get that conversation going.
Okay.
To speak, probably have to be classified as a presenter. Yeah. To speak, you'll have to be classified as a presenter. Again, in the future, we're going to try to have the venue to where we can try to get more people to be able to ask open questions, but this is the best venue we had that's actually free. And thanks to Pat for helping us find this venue to get on here to get this done. And if we have to use this venue, if they get in contact with Johnny and let him know if there's anything you need to provide that we can evaluate to get you on as a presenter as well, if necessary. So let us know. And we're looking for some Tau Beta Sigma representatives in the future, just to throw that out there. Or even somebody else from the general band population who's getting ready to really get up and work early in the morning. So, this one. Hold up with it. And read some watermark for my hearts for water Gatorade purchases. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get up. We're gonna try to get up with him to get specifically what he needs. And what we need to start finding out, do can we get a general consensus out there of if we would like to meet in upcoming 2 weeks from now or a month from now? How does people on the in the general area, you can put 2 weeks, a month, put that up there, type that in, let's see how that looks. Type into the chat if you want a month or 2 weeks. What's the panel feel about that? Brian, Melvin, Will. I know Lori's ready to go. Brian say what? 2 weeks. Good. That's a good vote. Hang on. Good, good, good. 2 weeks. 2 weeks seems the norm so far. Good. Panel, what do you think? Chris? Brian?
Yep. I was thinking 2 weeks. That was me typing 2 weeks.
Okay, good. 2 weeks. Will? Melvin? Johnny? Hey, consensus. I love consensus. I love consensus. All right, so we're looking to meet in 2 weeks. We'll try to get some people with certain things working within those 2 weeks to get things going. So I know like people like Chuck, I've seen so far, Chuck, there's Lori, I don't know about Scooby, people who, Paul, who seem like they want to really work. If you can meet before 2 weeks, if it's next week, sort of a smaller phone conference, if at all possible, let us know that too. Send that information to Johnny. That's jmacins@gmail.com. And we can try to have another phone conference before that call. I want no offices. You don't have a choice. It's a lot to type. Please, you're a teacher. Stop. All right, let me see what we can get done. Yeah, the major area we need to really talk about, like we've been looking at on here, is fundraising. We have a couple ideas on the table. Hopefully by the next conference we can get something organized, even if we have it placed on the Facebook page to try to move the fundraising portion forward, especially at thousands that Scooby is putting out there. We also have some other the other opportunities. We know we did last year. We had the MBX challenge of $100. We can try to set up a date for that. There's opportunities always with getting T-shirts, for people who donate. But we'll be 1 month out in the next meeting, so we'll have to be able to move quickly. So if you're going to donate something, put it in an envelope, put it in a drawer, put it underneath your bed till we make that decision, so we can get ready to go. If we do get with Brother Reed and Brother Reed says he needs some things, get ready to do that as well. Whatever he needs to get something on the ground right now, it would be very beneficial. So right now we're looking at our next. Just want to get that out of the way. Meeting being September 12th. September 12th. No, not Saturday. My fault. The 13th. September 13th. Same time, same place. Unless we can get something better in that time. Let me see. Chuck use voice effects. All right. Says 2 weeks. Good, 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 good. We're looking good. Anything else that we need to address on this call? I know one of the things was, Brian, can we look at setting up another possible meeting with the chair, Dr. Lamb, with Brother Reed, possibly the provost? Can we get that done?
You want a what? You want a meeting with who?
That meeting or luncheon that we talked about, can we start getting that organized if at all possible?
I can probably do one with. We can see if we can do one with Reed and Dr. Lamb.
If you don't ask, you never know. Try to get Dr. I'm going to send him another email. I might ask him in there. How about that? We're going to need a hospitality committee to ensure that usually have Rosenthal that last year. If we can start working on that, usually have some sort of an after party after. Done, please email Johnny McInnes at jmacins@gmail.com. Hospitality. Last year, Brian, you might be able to address this. There was supposed to be some band buckets. How did that go? Are they looking to do that again this year? It was sponsored by the National Alumni Association.
Hold on. Can you hear?
I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know what transpired with that. That was a thing, that an event that was done through the National Alumni, and every year they were saying they were going to try to do different things, different organizations or whatever in regards to that. Unfortunately, I have not been on a conference call yet. My first one is not until Wednesday.
Okay. But just get back with us, and we'll try to have that addressed to you guys on the next call. A after party social will. Thank you guys. That's really the agenda that we ran through, and we're gonna try to work within the next 2 weeks to have more information to you, and actually try to get started on this organization with Brother Reed to get more things done and communicate with him. And hopefully, it might be, I might even ask to see if he can join the call. Let's see if we can get that done. If he has time, you know, he's getting a lot done. Anything else? The yard sale. How about raking yards?
I ain't raking no yards. Well, no.
All right, anything else? We got about
I've
10
been
minutes.
hazed enough by
Let me see any questions. Post
Chris and
questions?
his frat brothers.
Let me see what we have here.
Is that it?
Hold up, wait.
Chris, why are you laughing? You know y'all hazed us. I could have sued. We could have sued you.
Mary Finney, yes. Send the email to jmacins@gmail.com, jmacins@gmail.com, and we will send you out a copy of the agenda. So you can have a copy of that, and we'll try to compile some of the other questions and communications that we received to ensure that everybody is seeing that, and hopefully we can find the venue once we get operating to where we can ensure that more people get to participate in the conversation if at all possible. Uh, there was one thing I saw on here I wanted to address. Oh, make sure you're on time for the call if at all possible. I'm into timeliness. With band, you're supposed to be there 15 minutes before anyway.
Well, you need to find something that people that are not that smart can operate.
Welcome to the 22nd century.
Say what? 20? Man, please. This is too much technology for me. This
This
ain't
is not scripted, right?
What?
This is
Pat, is Pat on the call? Is he still here? Stop laughing at me.
about his talk.
Patrick,
Let me see.
Tremaine,
I thought I did read that
Carver.
about that. Yeah. Let me
So what?
let me see if I can remember. That was a while. Oh, Tom read already, and he said that he saw what was happening and he's ready to come and help move things forward. Yeah, I saw that. Chuck says James called me. All right, I'll call you, Chuck.
Say what?
Hold
How
up.
you able to see all these comments?
Yeah, we can't see the comments.
Oh, so we can't see the comments.
17, hold on. 22486
Oh, okay.
17.
Pat,
All right, Chuck.
Patrick,
Yeah,
Pat must be gone.
Pat is not gone. Pat is somewhere around here trying to troubleshoot stuff. But he can't troubleshoot everything for you, Brian.
No, I was gonna ask if we were gonna do the hospitality thing, the food. That maybe he could get the woman that did it last year.
If he does, I think somebody else Pat needs to put somebody in communication with her to get it done because it has a lot going on. We got to start
think-
spreading out and making sure that everybody's getting it done.
I think we should do
So, Pat, are you able to do that?
Pat gone.
Pat ain't gone. Pat, yes, he says yes. He's going to be able to get it done.
Okay,
Ring.
because I think. Hello.
Yeah.
I think we
Go
should.
ahead, Brian.
I like the venue we had last year because it was an open space. We could use that again to have a kind of meet and greet and then a meeting on early Friday evening. And that be it, not really trying to worry about putting on something else. I mean, like, just make it like that. And then, you'd almost want to say, this is just Brian thinking. If you make the $50 contribution, you automatically, or I was good because I thought $100. It can be kind of tough for some people at homecoming. But try something like 50, which is much more easier. And then say if you make the $50 donation, you get an invite to the reception.
The only thing I'm seeing now that might create, I don't know how many people are going to be going to homecoming, and maybe we can do that as a question too to send information. Johnny, your email box is going to be full. We're going to need to
email
get
box is full.
we're going to need to get feedback on who's planning to attend homecoming. If we can start seeing those numbers, maybe we should do it on the Facebook site to figure out what those numbers. Maybe we can do a poll, Brian.
Yeah, I have to investigate polls.
Hello, Brian.
Yes, I can look and see.
Okay, look and see if we can get a poll done because it would also tell us if we can really use that that little museum area again, or if we need
Let's call it gallery.
bigger venue.
You should know that because you have a PhD.
Snap?
What?
Okay, come back.
What you got?
What? I didn't hear him. What did he say?
I said it's called a gallery.
A gallery, my fault. Hey, I saw a small museum.
You should know that. You have a PhD.
I know, but hey, I got so many things I'm thinking about. What do you want me to tell you?
Whatever.
We got 4 minutes
Excuses.
left.
Or excuses or what?
Tools of incompetence. They use the bill monuments as nothing. Those who specialize in them are seldom good at anything except excuses.
Ooh. Uh, what's that other one? God, I can't think of it right now. Invictus. You know that one?
Listen, boy.
You remember Invictus?
I'm not going on here reciting no Invictus. I'm not online. What do you think this is?
Well, you just said excuses.
That's right. I
All
use
right.
that with my children. That's why.
Anything else before I go?
All right, no PhD jokes from Scooby. Thanks, Scooby. Oh, stupid.
Anything else?
I can't remember what I see on the phones.
I think some of us need a crash course on how to handle Google Hangouts, myself included.
All right, we got 2 minutes left. Anything else? Hey, seriously, it seems there's a difference between what's in the computer and what is on the phone. Okay. Things at a time. Check laugh out. Good night, all. All right. If there's nothing else, we're planning to meet on 9/13, same place. I think we've had a very productive conversation. Hopefully, we can enhance the conversation over the next 2 weeks and get things rolling. I like to see things moving and getting things done. So we're in the hole right now. So let's get ready to design this show and get it done. All right.
All right.
So I'm getting ready to get finished, get some sleep in. God bless all of you.
All right, man.
All right, gentlemen.
All right.
Y'all have a good one.
Great job, guys.
All right.